Seconds out, delighted to be joined by esteemed trainer Mark Tibbs. Mark, how you doing?
Lovely, Daniel. How you doing yourself, mate? You okay?
Pretty good, pretty good. Glad that
Yeah,
boxing's finally returning after such a long absence here in the UK.
it's nice, isn't it? It's nice. It's good.
You've been in the news this week, it's fair to say, although not entirely for reasons you probably have liked.
Yeah.
Your long and productive relationship with Dillian White appears to have come to an end, as does you working with some of the fighters that he looks after as well. Have you heard from Dillian personally at all, since either before or
No,
since the news has broken?
no. He walked into West Ham years ago. We sat down and we spoke and we got working together. We got to world number one. In them years, we worked hard. We slogged it up and down. Loughborough, well, he lived up there. I stayed there quite a lot.
Despite the way it's ended, and I can tell you're disappointed, how do you reflect on the entirety of your time together? Because it was an incredibly successful period in his career.
No, it was a good time we had. I had with him. It was challenging, very challenging, and I learned a new way. Well, they're all different when you coach certain individuals, but Dillian was a bit different. But I knew what he had. Um, I knew what he had, so I worked diligently with him. And no, we overall had a really, really good time with Dill, and it was good.
He's going to be entering a big fight on August 22nd, pay-per-view headline event, without you in his corner for the first time in a number of years. Are you concerned at all of how he'll get on in that fight now? Because he's not used to taking advice from other people in the corner. It's always been, well, not always, but for the past 3 years, it's been you.
Well, no, I'm not concerned. I'm not concerned. It's not an easy fight, but he's got him at the right time, and it's a good fight for before the big fight, so to speak. You know what I mean? It's proper. But it's a fight. It's a level of experience that Dill knows he's felt now because of the stuff we've had in front of us to get to world number one. That I used to tell him about it, and he used to feel it in there. But no, I think Dillian's. I think he's going to be all right with Povetkin. I hope so, and I'm pretty sure he will be. But yeah, it's a good fight. Still a good fight though. Can't switch off.
And we believe, at least for the time being, he's going to be working with Xavier Miller, who he's worked with on and off in the past. I know you've met him, although you perhaps not really close friends or anything like that. But do you know much about him, and do you have kind of trust in him to guide Dillian at least through the next fight?
Do you know, Danny? I'm not just saying this. I've had a couple of. I've been around Xavier for not very long, but we worked. We before the
Saudi.
Before Saudi, me and Dill got ready in his gym over in North London there. So it was very, very. It was good as it happens because it was private, and so we had a bit of space there. It was good. I can't talk with Xavier. I didn't have much dealings with him. I went in gym. I was polite with him. We've all got all trainers. All trainers have got their own structure. Their own structure, and I can't comment on the way he worked because I didn't go there to study him. I've done my stuff with Dillian there. Yeah.
Do you think you'll watch the fight on August 22nd, or do you think it's a bit too raw? What are your plans?
No, listen. Apart from a boxing trainer and coach, I'm a fan as well. So yeah, of course I'll watch it. I might even go. It's only round the corner to me.
Of course it is. Let's move on to more positive subjects. You've just opened a gym. You're just in the process of moving in now. Just tell us a bit about how that came about and how it's going to take you and your stable to the next level.
Well, I went to a boxing show. I jumped on a train, went to York Hall. I went and watched an MTK show there on a Friday night, and I bumped into a good old friend of ours. And we were talking about different things. He said, "Mark, ain't you got yourself a gym yet?" But I've had gyms, and working with Dillian, we was in Loughborough, so I didn't need one. I don't really. say I don't need one, but I want my own base now so I can get settled and, you know, make some champions and bring some fighters on. Yeah, for sure. So I met this guy and he said, look, I've just bought a place down in Raynham, which is only 3 miles from me. So I went down there to look at it, and it's perfect. So it's the Origins gym in Raynham in Essex. Yeah, it's perfect. It's the boxing area. I've been there probably, you know, every day for 4 days. We've got a 20-foot boxing ring as a centre stage there. We've got all the all the bags and the VO2 testing. We've got some good strength and conditioning equipment there. So we've got all the right gear. We just we've got to bring him some. Well, I'm only interested in the professional side of the boxing, but it's nice to have my own base and some good support. So I'm happy for that.
And tell us a little bit about the guys you're working with at the moment. Obviously, Harvey Horn being one of them, probably the most well known at the moment.
Well, to be honest with you, I'm not. Richard Riakpor's managed by Dillian. Obviously, he's going his own way. He was British champion. Done very good with him. His last 4 fights he shouldn't have won them on paper, you know. So I feel that I've done a good job in getting him to British and WBA Intercontinental champion, cruiserweight that is. But yeah, I'm ready to look for some new talent and make some champions of them. But you know, I'm happy to not happy, but this pandemic's thrown everything, you know, everyone and everything. So once I get my feet in this gym on the 26th, I believe, of this month, I think we got the thumbs up. It's done. This little tweaking, little bit of snagging to be done in the gym. We're going to start focusing on it. I've got some people around me helping me with the marketing side of it and whatnot. So yeah, but I ain't really you know, once I get and look at talent, I know what I can do with it. You know, so it ain't just got to be in the right place at the right time.
Tell us a little bit about Harvey and James Hawley as well, who you're working with at the moment. They both seem like real talents.
Well, Harvey's had a bit of bad luck, really. I mean, he was signed with Frank Warren, and I think they had some differences. So they ain't got no management at the moment, but he's WBO European champion flyweight. So, but he's very, very talented. He's got to be moved up right away now. Really, he's ready to go. He's 23. He's mature. He's been around in the amateurs, in the international scene. He's got a very, very decorated career. Young James Hawley, he's been sending me messages for ages, and just before this pandemic, he had a big fight on, and I looked at him. I couldn't work. I didn't have no time for him, to tell the truth, but because I was working with Dill, and then. But it was a little domestic fight, and they've only had about 4 fights each. These two middleweights, I think the other fella was, and but I knew the other guy, and he was a little strong man, but he had 5 years on James. But I knew James. I only looked at James once, and I thought, if you box how you should box this man, you can win, but it ain't going to be easy because he likes to stand and give his height away and trade. It ain't going to work against the real man. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, so I brought him over in the gym in the Peacock, and had a little chat with him, watched him work out. I mixed him with John Harding Jr. and he give John a real good spars out. Actually, John had a fight on the same night as him, but I've already been working with John for a long while. So, but John was getting sparring elsewhere, and so I didn't think he was coming back to the Peacock. So I entertained James because, you know, I liked him. Nice boy, nice, polite, big heart and all. Big heart, nice, polite, big heart, and very, very confident, and learns very, very quickly. Very quickly. He learns like them GB boys. You know, you shout an instruction, picks it up straight away. But anyway, and he's very, very polite. So I said, listen, look, I'll help you with the time we've got. We had about 3 weeks for this fight, but it was a challenge for me because I knew what he was up against, and you know, he ain't done no proper training ever. So I did what I did with him within the 3 weeks, and I got John. Actually, I had a chat with John Hardy on the phone. I said, "Come over, John, help me out for a week, bit of sparring." and he done well with John. And actually, the sparring was a bit big for John then, so I said, John, go back to where you was, have your bit of sparring over there. It was with Avia, as it happens. Go back over with John, have your bit of sparring there. This is too big for you here. Go there, and then I went in. I went in John's corner that night, and he got a two round good stoppage against a. It was a 50-50 fight and all, so that was good result up the road somewhere. And then young James, I stuck in with a good little trainer who I've got as an assistant, Stephen Andrews, and his father Ian Andrews. I left them with James, and he got the win. I was well over the moon. But I heard he boxed his head off for the first two, and then went back to his old habits and stood and traded. But he still got the result, got the win, and that's what I like, because he's only young. He's 21, and I needed to be with him, really, thinking like John can handle what he's got in front of him. He's a bit mad, he's 30, John, and anyway. But I ended up going with John because I started with John, and I was with John long. But anyway, so I was very impressed with him. I think he's going to be a champion.
When you look at the situation now, I just wanted to ask you this before we let you go. The split coming when it did, as disappointed as you are, do you kind of think everything happens for a reason, because you are just opening a new gym, you've got new crop of talent coming through?
Well, listen, I would much prefer to finish my job with Dillian.
Well, fingers crossed it's onwards and upwards. No one can devalue the job that you've done with Dillian over the past few years. He's clearly one of the most improved fighters in the country. So
thanks, Dan.
And so's Richard, to be fair, as well. Like you said, last 4 fights in really good company as well. The wins over Tommy McCarthy and Chris Billum-Smith look better every time they fight. So done a great job, and fingers crossed you do the same with the likes of Harvey, James, and whoever comes on board in the new gym.
Thanks very much, Danny. Appreciate it. That's good.
Anytime, mate. I'll speak to you soon, and take care. Hopefully see you soon.
Take care, Danny. All the best. God bless. See you soon.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate.